there's a bit of tension now there. I think it should be at 8 o'clock because that's when I'm at best. And some people are, maybe should we have a 4 o'clock? Eh, what would you say to people like that to say actually you're adding another layer of complexity here that we don't need?
I think if you are not looking into this area, then you will not unleash a lot of productivity, because if you are a late chronotype or an intermediate chronotype and working at 8 o'clock in the morning, you're not very productive.
Yeah.
And actually, you are also cutting off some of your REM sleep. And it could be that if you have children and they're waking you up, that's something else. But if you are actually waking yourself up with an alarm clock and then waking your children up, forcing them to school at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then start working, there is something also with our rhythms in our society. They are not very productive. So when we talk about productive rhythms also in a workplace, it could be small changes, small adjustment. It could be that we place meetings at 9:30. Sometimes that has an influence on traffic, so you can halve your transport time if you have a physical meeting. And then both chronotypes will be awake, and you will have better meetings, for example. And if you are an early chronotype, you can have focus time at 6 o'clock in the morning, as you have. And when you are a late chronotype, you can have your focus time in the afternoon or evening. So
Yeah.
I don't think this is rocket science. I think it's a lens. When you start and begin to understand the world through the lens of chronobiology, you see things differently. And you start to understand your own chronotype. You get awareness about, when am I most productive? At what times of day is it best for me to solve a complex task? Instead of just doing it, the habits, as we were talking about before we starting up. How can you create great habits in your life? And it's not a great habit for a late chronotype starting to work at 8 o'clock in the morning with a complex task. That's a bad idea.